Well, I mean, I did tell you guys that I do, plan on making a video about the greatcoat, the Shinel. So I guess you're going to have it now. But before you do, just admire the beautiful roll that I worked so hard on, and now I'll have to ruin it just for the entertainment of you guys. So here we go, one last time. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. Well, at least I can say that this is far easier to show you guys what actually is on me without the whole huge greatcoat thing going on over my chest. So, well, obviously I just need to change this as well. So basically, for the Imperial Russian troops during the First World War, this is pretty much the winter kit you're going to see. Obviously, there can be differences, especially when it gets colder. You would see the bashlik scarf hooded thing being used over the papaka, the winter fur cap. And obviously you see different materials being used for this fur cap. I have the economy version, which was made out of fake animal fur wool instead of the sheepskin ones that you see during the early period, and the more, the general expensive one, I'd say. Aside from that, this is pretty much bog standard for the Imperial Russian Army, and obviously the gear doesn't change much. You just put it over without the greatcoat, really. So with that, I'll just going to have to change this so you can just have a better look at the greatcoat. Much more comfortable. Well, you might say that, wait a minute, aren't you wearing no German belt? And I might say, yes, I am. I actually am. Then why? Well, turns out certain units in the Imperial Russian Army, depending on the front, tended to capture enemy belts and basically wore them for photographs, and basically, just to show them that, oh yeah, we won, and basically called trophy belts, capture belts. And some of my friends do the Tomsk regiments, reenacting the Tomsk regiment of the Imperial Russian Army, do sometimes say that they did, so might as well use it because I quite like the look of the German belt buckles, and strangely enough the Imperial Russian uniform as well. Well, to be honest with you, if I'm currently looking forward to getting a Imperial Russian belt with the buckles, so I'll probably change this, but as an interesting side note, and being friendly with my friends who are doing the Tomsk regiment, I think it's a quite nice small detail, I'd say. So, the Shinel, obviously, it's the most Russian thing because basically this design pretty much didn't change until 1991 when Soviet Union collapsed. Well, small things such as, cuff details and, certain arrangements and insignia obviously did, but the basic shape and the design of the Shinel of the 1905, 1907, 1911 models pretty much didn't change for 80 years in the Russian army and the Soviet army later. Obviously the colors do change, but tell me, come on. It's just a greatcoat, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. The basic, information that I could give about these coats are just like light gray wool, really keeps you warm, they're quite comfortable. Rolling them is a pain in the ass, but what can you do? It's just a normal part of the job doing reenacting. What I did with the coat is, when I got it, actually it was kind of a bit too long, even though the cuffs are my size. The length of the coat was a bit too long, so I had to trim down the bit just a bit, so that it's not on my ankles but just above my ankles. the length of the coat changes a lot, but general rule of thumb is between your ankles and between your ankles and your kneecaps, basically. And also, obviously, you see shorter ones, but that's really a specialist thing. And yeah, also one thing I also did was basically move up the backwards belt, which is right here, which is used to, put it in and, fold it up and give it a nice, look to the coat. I moved it just a bit above, a bit more, like just like a 10 centimeters, I don't know, 8 centimeters more above, so that it looks like the originals, because when I got this it was quite low and I didn't like the look, so did that. And I also made my own shoulder boards, because honestly, sometimes making your own stuff is cheaper and more quicker than getting something, waiting for like a month for it to arrive from Schuster's, or basically not using them. I wanted to have shoulder boards, so I made one. I made my own shoulder boards, according to the regulations, of course. But sadly, I didn't have enough wool to, put underneath them so that they would have the grey coat color. But it turns out these were also used without the grey coat wool on the other side, so it's all right, I guess. Oh, yeah, it's quite hot, as you can see. But yeah, this is pretty much the basic thing about the coat. But yeah, I really would like to get the Başlık and the Valinki winter boots, so that I could go to Sarıkamış actually and do some experiments on how well this coat actually keeps you warm in Turkey. Because obviously, if you know about Sarıkamış, both on the Ottoman side and the Russian side, a lot of soldiers actually froze to death. Turkish estimates give it around 90,000, even though that's impossible. The more realistic, the realistic number is around 3,000, and the Russians the same, around 3,000 to 4,000. It is believed to be perish during that winter. So I would really like to see how that turns out. I hope I don't froze to death, but would be a nice experiment. Oh yeah, my dog. That sometimes tends to happen, But yeah, new video probably when I'm outside my quarantine, because obviously I have to stay for 7 days here in my room without going anywhere. So, I'm just passing time with making videos, I say. Well, I hope to see you guys in the next video, and до свидания, товарищи.